Hey there! So this will be a very quick video on how to use the FS module while running a React JS server. So I figured this out by running an Electron app, which basically runs two things at the same time. Runs your Electron app, that's one thing, and then runs a server for your JS for your React JS and another server. So you're running two things at the same time, and they're connecting at the same. You can connect them together. So I figured, hey, why not do the same thing for the web server? So you run two servers at the same time. One server will host the React JS, your app, and then the other server would just simply just be a server where it connects to the FS module. So let's get started, and let me just explain it to you. So you're gonna need a couple things to download. So essentially, you don't want to like open two apps at the same time. You want to just do one command and the app it opens both at the same time. So you're gonna need a couple things to download. So you're gonna need to download. First of all, you need to download Yarn. Well, you don't need to download Yarn, but you should download Yarn. It'll make your life a lot more simpler. I haven't tried this with just npm or npx, so just download Yarn, and then you need to concurrently. That'll allow you to run two things at the same time, and just wait on will wait until your React server is running, and then it'll run the other server. So it'll allow you to run it in sequence. And this cross-env, I believe that sort of like prevents the server from one of the servers from opening up, because you just want to have one server showing and not the other one. So it sort of runs it in headless mode. So you're gonna need these three things, and the code that you need to do. Let me just make this a little bit larger. There we go. Let's close this. Here. So the code is okay. This is my JSON package. Uh, Down over here, JSON. So you want to open your JSON package. You go into scripts, and what you want to add is these two lines here. And you can name this anything you want. I just named web :serve because I'm just following the same example with Electron. And if you want to call it up, you just type in yarn and just this, and then it'll basically run this entire line. So essentially, in short, concurrently is running two things at the same time. It's basic and okay. So cross-env browser none is essentially saying don't open the browser, right? And I have here node, basically your JS API. So this is your API which you want to run, and then this yarn web start is basically over this one here down here. So it runs this. So it's gonna wait until your React JS is running, and then when it's running, it's gonna run yarn start, which is just up here, start your React app. So it's gonna run your React app. So it's gonna wait until this is your server right here. This is your API server. I have it as port 001. Your React app is running on 000, and your API is running on 001. So it's gonna wait until your API is running, and then it's gonna start your React app. But over here, like it's again on top here, concurrently means you want to run two things at the same time. So it's gonna run your node server right over here, this node server, and then yarn web start, which runs this entire line on the bottom, which does this. So you just need these two lines. I'll put this in the description, and yeah. So, and you can see here, so this is you can't see. Well, let me just make this a little bit smaller. There we go. You look at the address. The address is localhost 300. So that's my React app. If I don't go here and type in localhost 301, that's my API. So I just have it just with my name, like just automatically tracker. That's my app there. So this is my API, and this is my React JS app. That's or server, my website. So and let's take a look at my API. My API is quite simple. I'm using this Express module just to open it up. Here's this app. So this is just to initialize it, and then I have the FS module here, and the way you use it. And thing is, if you don't have this use access control everything here, then it's sort of going to block because you want to make fetches, a fetch call to this API at this address here. You want to make API calls to this address here, but you can't do that if you're being blocked. So you have to give you have to give permission to be able to access it. So you have to add these lines here, and once you give permission for it to be accessed from a different website, you may want to have a start page. And this is my start page. I have tracker. Just you can put anything there because it won't work unless you have a start page. So here's my start page. That's just for show. And then you want to put your API, like your calls here. This is just a get request. So if you get requests with your ending as part win, it'll give me basically it's gonna access this FS module and return whatever I am using the FS module for. So for example, if I go up here and I type in /part win, it gives me all the data here. So it's all it really is just accessing my server for that data. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let me just show you the call, how you make the call. Okay, I put in one of these functions here. I believe it is function 4. Here it is. Yeah. So no, that's not it. I have it on here somewhere. Let me look for it. Here we go. I'm making a fetch call using fetch module, and I just put on the loopback address, which is 127.0.0.1. That's just a loopback basically it's your own address. It's a loopback address, and I put the port is 3001. That's my API, and then port win. So I'm making a fetch request, and I get the promise. I transform it into a text, and then I JSON parse it because it's in the JSON format, and yeah, and you can do whatever you want. But here I have it setting it to a variable, but you can do anything with that data. And this technique is only useful if you're running React.js as a website. If you're running it as an Electron app, there's a different method for that. If you're running it as an Android app or an iOS app, there's a different method for that. So if you're just running it as a website, then just run 2 servers at the same time. Let your other server be a node server. And again, let's go back to the my JSON down over here. And again, to launch your basically this here just a command. It's just to launch this website. Sorry, to launch this JavaScript, just JavaScript right here, api.js. I'm just all I'm doing is just launching it. Just node the script and it launches the here. It just launches this page. That's all it does. And I think that's about it. I'll put everything in the description, and you can study to that. If you need questions, send me a message or a comment.